Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Traditional markets, I think they're going to come down. What does this mean for Bitcoin though? Let's find out. So welcome. If you're new to the channel, hi, welcome. If you like to, please do subscribe, press the bell button, hit the like button and comment. Thank you for your support, by the way. Unbelievable. I'm kind of stoked at how amazing my channel's grown over the last few weeks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, let's get serious. We've got some issues ahead, I believe. I've been bearish for a while now. A lot of people give me a little bit of criticism about that. Oh, you've been bearish for so long. The reality is, we're going to have a few issues now when you think going back to work, reduce spending, people are probably going to get laid off even more in reality. So over the night, big issues. We'll go on the chat in a bit. But yesterday, you know, the Federal kind of Reserve Chairman, Mr. Powell, was talking about interest rates and all kinds of horrible, annoying stuff that we don't really want to talk about too much. Made the markets react massively. As you've seen yesterday, the markets were like vamp, bang, boom, right? The markets were crazy. Gold went ballistic, Bitcoin went ballistic for a bit. And right now, on current opening, the markets are going to take an absolute hit by the looks of things due to the interest rates, due to all kinds of record lows that are coming out in terms of like growth of bloody forecasting, all kinds of shit, right? It's reality though. Fundamentals are, if people can't go out, if people can't go to the shops that they like to go to because they're now shut due to COVID-19, due to all the other stuff that's came out over the last few weeks with, you know, the race riots, all kinds of horrible stuff, it's going to have a huge knock-on effect with the economy. If businesses have been looted, if all kinds of tourism's been halted due to COVID-19, if all kinds of stuff like that is happening, people have less money. That will then give, essentially, the excuse, so to speak, to business owners, companies, employees, whatever, to lay off people. That's going to create another knock-on effect. What you're seeing in the market, in my viewpoint, is a bubble. And I believe that Bitcoin will react to it in a negative way as well. I personally feel, not financial advice, that no one is looking at Bitcoin right now as a safe haven. They're still looking at gold. It's sustainable. It's been around for a while. It's got the proof. You got to remember what happened in March, and I'm going to go onto the chart in a second. But remember, Bitcoin has the opportunity every single day to drop massive amounts of percentages. No one is going to buy into Bitcoin from a big, massive, wealthy point of view to safe haven their assets in an asset that could lose 50% in one day. It's not going to happen. So let's look at a few things. Now, first things first, this is the Wall Street Index, the Dow Jones. Now, you're probably wondering, first thing first, what are these little signals here? This is called the Hitman. I'm going to explain what this is because I get a lot of questions about this. This is an indicator, co-founded by myself, that allows you to see momentum on a chart. It's a market momentum indicator. This is a setting for the indexes, right? If you want to buy this, by the way, it's for only $15 a month. If you're into stock markets, trading, forex, all kinds of stuff, you can buy it on the hitman.io. Link is below. If you want it for cryptocurrency, you can get it on this website as well, but it's also included in the Learning Crypto Premium. So if you're into crypto and you're just into crypto and you want to learn it, use it for crypto, you get education with the crypto side of it. So premium lessons, you get live Zooms, you get group chats, all kinds of stuff. If you just want the indicator, you get two of them, by the way. You get a strategy tester and the indicator. Both can work for alerts. The strategy test is coming out next for that. You can crack on. So anyways, enough of that. So what this gives you is market momentum. This is the 4-hour time frame, and this is an incredible setting. This is literally telling you where the momentum is. You can use this as buy signals, sell signals, whatever the hell you want, right? It's brilliant. It works very, very well with the RSI. It's a really good tool. So in terms of zooming out, I'm going to remove the Hitman for now just to avoid confusion because each time frame is different. But when you look at this, this is a massive, massive, massive bit of kit. Look at it. It's crazy how that March drop, we're going to look at that in the crypto side of it in a second, but this recovery will turn around in my viewpoint. As what I've just said, all the issues that we've got, all the lack of spending that will probably most likely happen, we're going to see some interesting stuff. So if you do a retracement of this level, we've went all the way back up. We'll go body to body instead of wick to wick, just to give you a bit of insight. This is pretty much what we've got. We've went all the way up. We've bounced right the way back up to the 786 level. Now, where could this lead us to go? Well, if you're a betting man and this is going to be a terrible economy in the next 2 to 3 years, what is to stop us from doing this, going all the way down to the 15,000 point level? That is totally possible in my eyes if things get really bad. If you look at like the weekly time frame and you're going to put your pointer on this level, this is going back to January 2016. So this whole level here is valid. It's a long way down. A freaking long way down. So be mindful of that. If you're looking at the stock market to get some cheap buys, time is not here. You've missed that opportunity for that quick recovery. If everything is to be believed in terms of the interest rates, in terms of all kinds of patterns of behavior of people spending due to recessions, credit crunches, all kinds of stuff like that, what we've seen in the past, you may be kidding yourself a little bit. So be mindful of this. This could be worse than you believe. Moving on to the SPX, I'm going to cover the SPX as well because it's easier to do. This again showing a simple type of recovery, but as I also mentioned with the Dow Jones, this has recovered in such a way, I'll do it from body to body again on the weekly this time, we've went right up to the 786 again, we're starting to turn around, potentially could turn around even more. This, in my eyes as well, similar sort of levels, look at that level, the 2000 level, or just below 2000, probably 1800 levels from November, January, December sort of time, could be breached again. So be mindful of what these levels and what the TA is telling you. If this is a V-shaped recovery, it's going to be pretty horrendous. When it drops, it's going to go bang. Got to look at the Great Depression. Got to look at all kinds of statistical data to say that we've been in a position like this before. When you print money, it's unsustainable. You're going to increase inflation. That could be a bullish case for Bitcoin, but I personally believe, due to the volatility of Bitcoin, most people will not put assets into that. They will be looking at the likes of, wait for it, gold. Gold is riding pretty high. It could go towards all-time highs, and honestly, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we blew past $2,000, which is absolutely scary to think about it. In terms of the technicals on this, again, if you're looking from that literally the uptrend and where we are right now, it wouldn't shock me to see us go all the way to these levels up here, which is absolute confluence with that line. So if you're looking for a gold target, you know, if the markets are to be believed and it's going to go to absolute rat shit basically, gold will be the asset that people will put their money into. Also got to remember, people could liquidate their gold as well. There's all kinds of stuff they can do with it, but ultimately look at that area. That area could be an interesting talking point, so be mindful of that. So let's just finish on Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I'll be honest with you, yeah, my chart's random. We'll go down to a lower time frame so you can see stuff. It is doing my absolute shedding. This has all the hallmarks of a drop incoming very, very soon. With the way it's been consolidating, the way it's been kind of like bearish volume throughout up here, where we're literally been stopped all the time going beyond this level. There's a lot of whales in and around this level, this 9.5 level, propping the market up every single time. But over time, that will eventually subside, I believe. If the markets go tumbling, we're going to go back in time a little bit now. We're going to go to this drop here. This is where everything went crazy, right? This is where the markets and this COVID-19 came about. Bitcoin, as I said, dropped a humongous amount of volume. Bet it was freaking unreal, right? It was crazy. The amount of selling volume, the amount of buying volume, it was unbelievable. People went, whoa, this is amazing. However, as I always say, if someone is in an institution that believes that they're going to put their safe assets into Bitcoin, no way, Jose. Not when things like this can happen. That's crazy. You got to think like that alone in one whole, well, in a few, what, how long was that? Let's go from, in 5 days it dropped 57%. Even more than that, actually. 60%. One candle though, one daily candle, 55%. Would you put billions of dollars into cryptocurrency as a safe haven when that could happen? No, no one will. So in terms of some technicals, right, we're going to look a little bit closer to home. I personally believe this entire structure will retrace. That is what this is. 8,200 levels will most likely be hit at some point. I personally believe we're going to go below 6,000. Worst case scenario, we could form a lower low where we could go beyond what March is. That would be an incredibly bearish outcome. It's also possible. Don't rule anything out. You cannot rule anything out. If everything is to be believed and if everything is going to turn around, it could be very, very bearish. So just be mindful of that. People are not going to invest in cryptocurrencies when there's no money to do it. Yes, we are incredibly fortunate to be early, but if you are using leverage and using it wrong, there may be an opportunity where you will get absolutely obliterated by a random candle that will just go whap you right out. More often than not, though, I believe we are not going to go beyond this level for a long, long time. I think when you look at the situation, if there is a new load of liquidity down here, if that is tapped, we could then go from that point beyond there. That is what I feel will happen when you look at the markets, when you look at the news. We got to come down before we go up, in personal viewpoint. There's a lot of eyeballs on Bitcoin. The eyeballs are not up here. They're not up here. They are down here. Institutions will look at this as an investment point down in these levels more than up here. That's just common sense. So that's today's video. Boxed off, squared away, done. Hope you have a good one. I'll speak to you tomorrow. We'll see what happens today. Could be fun.